So Om Shanti to all the angels. Very happy to have you all here, and it's an opportunity for me to share some of my thoughts today with you. So what we will do today is we will start with 2 minutes of silence. I know we all have been in silence, but let's give another 1 minute, a collective silent thought, and then we will go to our topic. Okay. Okay. So today, just to give a quick introduction, I'm part of this group for some time, and I have been taking a couple of sessions as well. Have been in Gyan for some 25 odd years. Started from Delhi and still in Gurgaon. So I took Gyan from Malvinagar Center, and currently I'm in Gurgaon, working with Bhavna Didi and going to the Sun City Center connection with the ORC. I'm sure you all know ORC, but it's we are so lucky to connect like this. And Baba has also mentioned earlier that science के साधन आप बच्चे use करेंगे. So this is so visible what Baba had probably forecasted some 60, 70, 80 years back, that we will be using the tools of science to do seva. And this is the Vihang Marg ka seva that Baba says. So it's a great opportunity for all of us to share our thoughts, our churnings, and learn from each other. And these opportunities we couldn't even have thought of. So today I have an opportunity to share with you and learn from you on this topic. Let me just introduce this topic to you. One minute. Just let me know, please, if you are able to see my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm not able to hear anyone. So is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. Thank you. So the topic for discussion today is path to surrender. I'll just give you a quick agenda of how we'll spend this 1 hour. So we have a topic that we will discuss some of the churnings that I have been doing, and I would want your ideas as well. So we'll keep it as an interactive session. And towards the end, 10 to 15 minutes we've kept for the quiz. I think Raki sister would have informed you that we'll have a quick quiz, just 10, 11 questions from the different Murlis that we read and churned in the last week. So we'll continue with that. So last 10 to 15 minutes, and 40 minutes we'll discuss probably on this topic, the path to surrender. Because in the recent Murlis, especially in the 69 Murlis that we've been reading, and even the Sakar Murlis that Baba's sharing, he keeps talking about the path to surrender. He keeps saying, Bache, you need to be a surrendered intellect. So for some time I have been kind of thinking on these lines, that what does he mean when he says surrendered intellect? Yeah. So there are different stages that we need to go through to become a truly surrendered intellect. And the first thing is, why do I need to? Is Baba saying that for me? Because we are in different phases of life, right? We are, somebody is working somewhere, somebody is a homemaker, and we are also Baba's children. So how can I be a surrendered intellect while I have so many responsibilities? I play so many different roles. So we'll try and churn a little on that. And we'll also look at all these stages that we need to go through to become a surrendered intellect, right? And I would invite your thoughts at every stage before we move ahead. Okay. So Baba keeps talking about the surrendered buddhi. And when he talks about it in his Murlis, he usually points out to मेरे सिवाय तुमको कुछ और याद नहीं रहना चाहिए. You should not be in the remembrance of anyone else except me, right? That's what he defines as a karma yogi. कि कर्म कर रहे हैं, you are doing a karma, but we are not in getting affected by that karma, or we are not getting involved from the intellect in that karma. You know, I don't know how many of us have experienced that, even minutely, but I'm assuming all of us would have in some way or the other, as we are Baba's children, right? We are Baba's students. So let's understand first what it is to be in the remembrance of one, right? What does Baba expect out of us? What does he want us to do? So Baba expects that it should be a constant stage, right? And sometimes he also says that I know you cannot become completely surrendered intellect till the time you become karmatik. A truly surrendered intellect. A truly surrendered intellect is someone who becomes a karmatik. Till then, Baba also understands that we will continue to get into different stages of our remembrance towards him, our conviction, our commitment towards him, our surrender towards him. Right? So let's go through these different stages. Okay. This is the first stage, acceptance. Right? So when we came into Gyan, right, the first day that we heard things which were very contradictory to our usual beliefs, right? For example, this world is 5,000 years, not lakhs of years, which we've been hearing, right? It contradicts with our belief system. Many things that Baba says, they contradict with our belief system. It's very difficult to accept, right? I don't know how many of us took time to accept Baba as our father, right? Especially those who have been too much involved into bhakti, right? In this birth. If I'm too much involved into bhakti, it becomes very difficult for me to accept that there's something bigger than that. Okay. So I go into a denial mode, and I'm assuming many of us would have done that, especially when we are doing that 7 days course. You know, well, let's try and go back when we were going through that 7 days course. So how many of you immediately accepted Baba as my father, right? And I am that deity soul who's taken 84 births, and today I'm here at the end of the Kali Yuga. And lucky me, I'm getting to hear from my father once again. Anybody would like to share? How many of us got immediately accepted Baba as the father?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Yes, for me it was immediate acceptance. I was too much in bhakti. But I accepted him, not the 84 births, not that I'm a deity soul, not that I'm a Satyagi soul, all that never filtered. Only one accept, he is my true father. Yes, I got that acceptance on the third day when I was going through, when they were introducing Baba, the concept of introduction of God. Immediately, yes, I just clung to him as a father.
Yeah. That's the acceptance. Thanks for sharing, sister. But you all can share your views on the chat box as well. We feel free to use the chat box if you want to speak up. Feel free to do that. But yes, so Radhamani brother is saying, I also accept it. So many of us, and that acceptance, when we get immediate acceptance, Baba calls that, second mein Jivan Mukti. It's nothing but from a belief system of not having a father to completely accepting that this is my father, right? I accept him. And it's like an agreement between me and Baba. I accept you. You are my father. Yes, I remember you. Okay? And as this slide is saying, understanding is the first step to acceptance. Sometimes Baba says, बच्चे तुमने मैं जो हूँ जैसा हूँ तुमने मुझे पहचाना. And then sometimes in the Murlis he'll say, बच्चे अभी तक तुमने मैं जो हूँ जैसा हूँ मुझे पहचाना नहीं. And then he says, अंत में पहचानोगे. So acceptance of who he is, how he is. Because many times we are expecting that God is this out of the world entity, when he will come, things will start happening. He will come and there'll be magic all around. But Baba says, I am a very simple soul. So nothing like that. I don't do any magic. And he says, I am not going to do any magic, but you children have to show that magic by becoming the most downgraded to the most upgraded souls and become deity souls. That's the magic that I do. That's the only magic that I do. So accepting him the way he is. Now, what all does acceptance do? Let's go through it. In Hindi, we say sweekar karna. I have accepted. And acceptance is usually a very, very important factor when we do change management in organizations. We talk about denial. Initially, when there's some new change being brought about in your organization, around your environment, we go into denial. No. For example, I get to know that I'm suffering with a disease, a fatal disease. Okay, it's very difficult to accept that. How can it happen to me, right? No, I cannot accept this. The waste thoughts start coming to us. Now, when these waste thoughts are coming, it's nothing but I am in denial. I'm unable to accept the situation the way it is. Okay, and Baba says, बच्चे, the three things, मैं जो हूँ जैसा हूँ, ड्रामा जो है जैसा है, और तुम जो हो जैसे हो. मैं, मेरा बाबा, and the drama. All the way it is, I accept. And the true test of acceptance is to not have waste thoughts. Okay? Accepting whatever is happening, that's true acceptance. It is also to stop resisting with yourself, to stop resisting with others, to stop resisting with Baba. Acceptance. Yes, it is the first step that when we come in Gyan, we accept. You'll see many souls, when we are giving them Gyan, even in the pradarshnis or exhibitions or museums or otherwise also, they'll debate a lot, There's a lot of debate that comes in. They're unable to accept it. Their belief system is getting probably jostled or something, but they just don't accept, right? And then we realize maybe they are not ready for this Gyan right now. Okay, that's when we realize this person is not accepting, this soul is not accepting. Acceptance makes us more tolerant of others. It makes us more tolerant of the drama. It makes us more tolerant of ourselves. We're okay with the way we are. I accept. And then acceptance. Yes, I accept myself as a soul. Yes, Baba, I am a soul. Baba keeps reminding us every day, he'll remind us. Ache, I'm talking to the souls. Baba is talking to souls. The Almighty Soul is talking to all of you souls. Accept it. But then once accepted, it should not be de-accepted then. It should not go in denial. Because if I'm at that stage where I'm accepting and then I'm in denial and then I'm again accepting, then I've not truly accepted. Then I'm just rotating around this stage of acceptance only. All of us go through this. Sometimes we start having waste thoughts. And that's when we should realize that there's some play of Maya that is around me right now, and I need to be very, very alert. And I need to become very attentive, and I probably need to do more yoga. Yes, Girija Bhen. We feel that there's a pull like a magician. But then after some time, we also feel that that pull goes away. And then it becomes our own Purusharth. Initially, we feel a lot of pull and intoxication and we accept, okay, yes, this is the one. But then slowly and steadily over a period of time, it has been observed that we tend to, there are ups and downs, we tend to fluctuate as well in this acceptance. Okay. So this is one stage. What is the other stage that we can go towards the path to surrender? Devotion, bhakti. See, in a way, bhakti also, the devotion also is a path to surrendering yourself. It is not complete surrender, but it's a path to surrender yourself. Please help me. Right? Baba says you all are not bhakti souls. You don't have to do bhakti. But sometimes in Gyan, also we do bhakti. Baba has mentioned in some of his Avyakt Murlis that children, you start doing bhakti, getting bhakti thoughts, devotion thoughts. Now, what are these thoughts? And the best example of bhakti in our culture is the Shabri being a bhakt of God. And it's not a small thing, it's a very big thing. She had that power to get God to eat the fruits that she had already tasted. Because God was looking at the bhavna, right? At the intent of that soul. She was so clean and, clean intellect that she didn't even think that how can I offer God my tasted fruits. So I think that's the level of bhakti, devotion. It's a power. It's not something which is very small. But towards our path to surrender, sometimes we get into this stage of bhakti. While it is very powerful, but Baba does not want us to stay at this stage for long. In fact, Baba doesn't want us to get into this stage. What is bhakti, by the way? When we have great love for somebody that we idealize, the difference between love and bhakti is that in love, we feel equal to our beloved. But in bhakti, we feel that we are too small and my ideal, whom I'm devoted to, is too big. And I can never reach that. So when I'm devoting myself, I'm into devotion, I feel I'm too small to do anything. There's no swaman in bhakti. Though bhakti is very powerful, but there's no swaman. So when I'm having thoughts like, Baba, please help me get good marks in my test today. Baba, you are my only help. Please help my husband get that job. These are all bhakti thoughts. They're not negative thoughts, but they are not very elevated thoughts. What else? Yeah, bhakti is done usually for someone who's higher than you. In our culture, the Hindu culture, they say that your husband is your God when you get married. This was said in the earlier days. Basically, what are they expecting there? They're saying you get devoted to your husband, no questions asked, because he's higher than you. But Baba says, no, you're equal. It's Shiv and Shakti ek saman. So he wants us to get that self-affirmations and get that swaman that we don't have bhakti thoughts. This is the only difference between Baba's being Baba's child and being a bhakt. So when we get bhakti thoughts, Baba is not very happy with us. Yeah, it is usually used to show a follower's feelings for God. You know, we start singing songs. Yeah, the best examples of true bhakts in our history and mythology is Mira. Mira was a true bhakt. You forget about yourself in bhakti also. Shabri don't know anything of this world. Very simple. And Narad, of course, Narad was a different entity altogether. But yeah, he was also, he's known as the best bhakt. One can be devoted to a cause or a purpose or an entity. Desh bhakti, right? You can be devoted to your cause of getting freedom for your country. That's all bhakti. Anybody wants to share any thoughts? Yeah, Hanuman. We will come to Hanuman also, Ami sister. That's another stage of what Hanuman was. He was a bhakt, but he was also something else, and we'll come to that. So now we understand the difference between acceptance and bhakti. Acceptance is a little lower than bhakti because even a bhakt has to accept his God as his idol. Then you get into devotion, right? Then we come to faith. See, these are all similar words. Devotion. If you look at them in English, they're very, very similar, but yet they're very, very different as well. Now, this faith, now what is true faith? Baba keeps talking about it. Bache, mujh pe nishchay rakho, keep faith in me. Have a faithful intellect. In the last week's Murlis also, the Avyakt Murlis, Baba came up with this. Child, you need to be a faithful intellect. And then he referred to a faithful intellect as clean intellect and without any interests, with unlimited interests. And here the best example that I could think of was of Prahlad. I hope all of you have heard about Prahlad's story. You know, he had so much of faith in God while he was a bhakt, but he also had faith. Now, there's a very minute difference between devotion and faith. Faith is when you have utmost faith in someone and something, and you feel that whatever happens to me, that someone, whoever you have your faith in, will come and help you. He was not scared. You don't get scared when you have faith in someone. There is no fear involved in faith. He was not scared. He was not scared of his father, who was the most dreaded of all beings on earth. He was not scared when he was asked to sit on that pyre with his aunt Holika. He said, whatever happens to me, I have faith in my God. No thoughts. In faith, you have zero thoughts. Okay, that's the level of faith that Baba talks about. Yeah, this is the definition. Faith is a strong trust or confidence in something or someone. And when faith is broken, you completely get dejected. But there are many times that when we were not in Gyan, our faith would have broken. And that's why we become broken souls. Because faith is one need of a soul. Okay, it's an internal need of a soul. Every soul needs to have faith in something. You have to have an anchor of something. But till we met Baba, we kept having faith on perishable things. Faith on my job. I have faith on money. Money will save me in my times, rainy days. Faith on relations. You should have love in relations, but not faith. Okay. Yeah, beliefs can be changed easily, but faith is very core to our existence. So true. You can accept something, but it takes time to have faith in that thing. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. I accept it, but I have faith in it. It's a very different stage altogether. Yeah. So even Bhakt Prahlad, he had faith in the knowledge that God will help me. That's faithful intellect. Yes, without Gyan, sometimes faith can be blind. They say, "No, I have blind faith in this." Faith can sometimes be blind also, especially if faith is not combined with an understanding or knowledge. When faith is combined with knowledge, true knowledge, like we children have true knowledge of who we are, who Baba is, about the drama, our faith is very, very powerful. But faith without true knowledge can also be very dangerous, as I said. So faith has to be very, very carefully. You have to put faith in someone. And faith is so powerful. They say that faith can move mountains. Baba also says this in many of his Murlis. Faith can move mountains. And faith also removes fears, like it removed fear from Bhakti. Now let's internalize this. Looking at all these 6, 7 pointers, do I have complete faith in Baba? Or have I accepted Baba as mine, but faith is yet to come? And when I have complete faith in Baba, then what should not happen? Yes, faith is complete surrender. But there is still a little bit of difference, Ami sister, in faith and surrender. Yes, faith is an antidote to doubt and fear. You don't have any doubts when you have complete faith. For example, a child, take an example of a child who's with his mother. The child doesn't have any power, but the mother, he trusts his mother completely. My mother will take care of me. That's faith. And Nami sister, I'll tell you what is the difference between faith and surrender. I mean, that's my churning, but all of us can have different thoughts. But if anybody is getting any other thought on faith, please let me know. Yeah. So have we understood the difference between faith, devotion, and acceptance? I'll move on. When we were talking about Hanuman, faith anybody can have. Prahlad also had faith, but he is not denoted with loyalty, nishtha. Hanuman had loyalty towards his subject. In this case, it was Lord Rama. He had complete loyalty towards him. When we have loyalty towards Baba, What will we do and what will we not do? Tell me. Any thoughts? True loyalty towards Baba. What will we do? We'll do everything, Rakhi sister. Yeah. When we have true loyalty, then we will always say Hanji. We will never say Naji. That's loyalty. Whatever is being asked, yes, follow his Srimad, yes. We will accept him unconditionally. Even faith you accept unconditionally. But in case of loyalty, even the effort to prove your loyalty towards him, whatever he wants, whatever he asks you, you just do it. Hanuman took that leap of faith. Earlier, he never thought he could do anything, but then he took that leap of faith to show loyalty towards God. Yeah. Now, what is my thought on loyalty? Loyalty is a faithful adherence or allegiance to someone or a promise. I am loyal to you. I'm allegiant to you. I will adhere to whatever you say. Loyalty word is usually, it is a little more stressful than a commitment. When I make a commitment, I commit myself to a promise. Okay, we will come to commitment also. But loyalty is a little more than commitment. It's a dedication. Loyalty can also be called a dedication. I am dedicated to you. I am dedicated to your cause. It is usually tested when there are contradictions. Usually loyalty is always tested when there are contradictions. Is our loyalty tested to Baba? Are we really loyal? Baba uses this word also in Murlis. When he talks about Saput Bachas and Kaput Bachas, he says he talks about loyalty. Am I loyal to Baba? Yes. We will do specific things, and we are accepted by Brahma Baba unconditionally. See, she's so right. We do specific things. Sometimes we tune the Srimad also according to our conveniences. That's not true loyalty. Loyalty also brings about a humility of not wanting yourself. I don't want it for myself. It's okay. Hanuman was so humble because he had loyalty towards his God. He never wanted anything for himself. He never got anything. Still, he is worshipped so much. We have Hanuman temples everywhere. Even though he didn't achieve anything for himself, it's that loyalty that we worship. Unconditional loyalty. Loyalty can sometimes lead you to unrighteousness also. That's where the difference between loyalty and surrender is. Karna was loyal towards Duryodhan, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll also always be righteous. Because if you confirm your allegiance to something which is wrong, and you stay loyal to that wrong thing as well, that's not the right thing. That's not right karma. So even if Karna from Mahabharata was completely conscientious, he always used to do very good karma, but still he could not be one of the Pandavas. The only reason was he was loyal to unrighteousness. Though he was very loyal, loyalty is a virtue. But when you are loyal to something which is unrighteous, then that's wrong. And this applies to our gyan also. Sometimes we say, oh, Baba has said, no, you need to be loyal to your family. You need to be loyal to your job. So I'm just being loyal to my job. No, we have to be loyal to our job. We have to be loyal to our families. But at the same time, we have to remember what is the right thing to do. If my relationships are asking me to get into something or do something which is actually a wrong karma, according to me, then we should not cover ourselves with loyalty, because that's the time we need to confront our own decisions and do the right thing. And the right thing always doesn't need to be confrontation. It can be through diplomacy. It can be through yukti. Baba uses that word a lot. But our loyalties should be with whom? Our loyalties should be with Baba. Our loyalties should be with ourselves. Our loyalty should be with the purpose that we have to bring that world in which nobody is unhappy. Our loyalty is towards that larger cause and nothing else. That's true loyalty in Yan. Yes, you can be a loyal friend, you can be loyal to your country, you can be loyal to your job. When they use these words for friendship, country, so you're loyal. So Hanuman is sometimes known as a bhakt and also a friend because he was loyal to Lord Rama. Then comes commitment. Okay, pratibadhata. This is Bhishma, Gangaputra Bhishma from Mahabharata. He was committed to his cause, but he was very powerful because his commitment was so strong. Even today we use this word. You have done a Bhishma pratigya or commitment. And he used to use that word, pran jai. In our mythology also, they say pran jai par vachan na jai. My word is my commitment. Yeah, I'm committed to this. This is also a path to surrender, actually. First of all, after accepting, you have to commit. Only then you can surrender. So the discussions that we are having on faith, commitment, loyalty, acceptance, these are all different paths that we take to reach that final stage of constant surrender. Okay. And when we are in Gyan and during our Purushat, we keep rotating around these stages. Sometimes I will be rotating in a loyalty stage. Sometimes I will be in a commitment stage. No, I have committed. Right? But there's a lot of difference between commitment and loyalty also. Commitment is to promise or agree to do something. I have committed to my center Didi that this time I will conduct the morning yoga, Amrit Vela yoga. Okay, Didi, I commit to you. Done. I have not said no. I have committed. So you don't think anything is right or wrong. I'm committed. This is what Bhishma Pitama also did, right? Gangaputra Bhishma. He committed to the cause that he will take care of his country. No matter who the king is, I will take care of this country. So even he had to stay committed. He knew this was wrong, but he could not do anything to stop that. And that's why he got killed. He was regarded as a very, very renowned person, right? By everybody, including the Kauravas and the Pandavas. But his commitment made him go wrong. So where should I commit? Should I think before committing? Because a commitment is a very big thing, okay? Once you give your word, if you're not living to it, that's not a true sign of a yogi. You should not go back on your commitments. And this is where the topic of Trikaldarshi comes in. Baba says, Bache, whenever you are committing, be Trikaldarshi and then commit. You know the past, you know the present. You should also think about the future and then commit to anything. Otherwise, don't commit. Okay. You should stick to your commitment through thick and thin. Lord Rama committed to the cause of the 14 years of Vanvas for his father. He was committed to his dad. I give you my word. There is a certain commitment in relationships also. These days they say, I'm a committed wife, I'm a committed husband. My son is very committed to us. Okay. These are things that we say for relationships. We commit to each other. For example, marriage. Marriage is a bond, it's an agreement. Both of us commit to each other that we will take care of each other through thick and thins, through hardships. Have I made that commitment to Baba? Baba, whatever happens, I will stay committed to you. And that commitment should be usually in forms of a promise. It should never be a vague commitment. A commitment to do Amrit Vela every day. A commitment to read the morning Murli every day. I'll come back to that commitment that we made to the center Didi, that I'll conduct Amrit Vela Yoga for 1 week. But I'm not able to get up in the morning. I don't like it, but I have committed to Didi, so I have to go. I slept at 1 o'clock in the night, was working on something which was very urgent, but I have committed to Didi. So commitment can be unwilling also. And when commitment is unwilling, that's where the problem is. So if we feel that we won't be able to do it willfully, we should not commit. And that's where expectations also start. Hey, I've committed to you. Why should I? I did this for you. What you did for me. That's when you do something unwillingly. You commit unwillingly. And move a little faster in the interest of time. But I hope you all are, yes, commitment creates an obligation. Sometimes that obligation is good. Sometimes that obligation is bad. But we should commit to Baba. Because commitment to Baba is commitment to whom? It's actually a commitment to myself. Baba doesn't take anything. Baba keeps saying, I don't take anything from anyone. When you commit to me, you are actually committing to yourself, to your own spiritual progress. And then there is a stage of love. Baba keeps talking about this stage in Murlis. He says, you should love me like Laila and Majnu love each other. Okay, there's no other requirement. It's not out of vice, any vice, no expectation, no calm or lust, nothing. They didn't even get to see each other. It was just pure unconditional love. They're like Radha and Krishna. They never got to marry. But still, when they talk about love, they talk about Radha and Krishna. Not even Ram, Sita. They talk about Radha and Krishna. Love is an intense feeling of deep affection to something. You just cannot live without that thing. But love is not attachment. Love is setting free. When you are in love with someone, nothing will interest you but being with that one. You stick to your commitment. Oh, I'm sorry. I think this I didn't change, but nothing will interest you when you're in love with someone. Example is Radha, Krishna, Leela, Majnu. See, you don't even mind dying for your beloved. Majnu it's said that he died because of Leela. Okay, that's the level of love that you feel for someone. Love is the purest form of devotion. Actually, if you think of it, Meera also was in love with Krishna. Though she was a devotee, but she was also in love with Krishna. Do we have that level of love for Baba? Yeah. Just think about it. These are different things. And lastly and finally, we come to surrender. Now, commitment, we know it can be willfully, it can be unwillfully. Faith can be willingly, yes, but faith can be blind. Love can be unconditional. What is surrender? Love is very close to surrender, actually, if you look at it. But when Baba uses the term surrender, what does he mean? Surrendered intellect. Baba says surrendered means letting go of your own identification and expectations. There is no me in surrender. I don't exist. It's us, Shiv and Shakti combined. In love, we say, I love you, or I love that person, or I love Baba. In surrender, I don't exist. I'm completely surrendered. In surrender, you give up your own will. You don't have any thoughts. When Baba says, and he keeps reminding us in Murlis, he says, children, forget about this I, me, mine. When he's saying this, it means he's asking us to surrender the intellect. Yeah. It's like as if you're in a place where you can get lost, but you're holding the hand of your father. Wherever he'll take you, you know your father is with you, right? Baba says this na, in the Murlis. Bache, become a balak so malik. A balak buddhi is a surrendered buddhi. I don't know anything. I'm just a small child. You tell me what to do. You are my guide. You are my mentor. I am just an instrument. I took the example of Arjun in the picture. Right? Arjun is always connected to Krishna. Till the time he was not surrendered, he kept questioning, why should I do this? That is my family. Why should I kill them? This, that. He went through, and if you look at the Gita episode, he went through all these stages. And in the end, he surrendered. And when he surrendered, that's when he got free from all those things which were pulling him back. And he became an instrument that brought about that change. Krishna used him. Krishna didn't do anything himself. He used him wherever he wanted to. He gave an order and that was done. Okay. And that's how he brought about that immense change. Otherwise, he couldn't think of it. He was thinking, how will I look at this whole army? How will I kill these people? How will we win over these people? It's impossible. It is not logical. But he surrendered to Krishna. Yes, when you follow Srimad completely, end to end, no questions asked, that's surrendered buddhi. And when you're surrendered, your sense of self, the subtle ego, it goes away. Your sense of self and subtle ego does not go away in love. It does not go away in commitment. It's still there in faith. It's still there in acceptance. It's still there in loyalty. I am loyal. I am the one who is loyal to him. In surrender, who am I? I'm nothing. I don't have any plans of my own. I don't have a will of my own. You take me along. I'm sitting in a boat and you are riding. I don't know in this ocean where we are going. I've never followed this route, but you know this route. So you take me along. Because when we have our own plans and when drama brings something else, that's when there's a clash. No plans. That doesn't mean we will stop working, no. But whatever's happening, I will try to do the best. I will keep doing my purusharth. I will keep doing the karma, but in a surrendered way. Everything that I'm doing is yours. I don't exist. That is complete surrender. Yeah. And then Mama's words, to surrender to God is to imbibe his teachings in a practical life. That's true surrender. Okay? I'll open it up. Maybe we'll give 2 minutes to everyone to share their thoughts. If there's anything that they are getting around surrender, faith. Yes, Raki sister, so true. Surrender is operating from nothing. I am nothing, no thing. Very true. Surrender is letting go of your ego. So difficult, but so simple. When you follow the advice and the means, you are a surrendered soul. That's a surrendered mind. Yes. Without using your own manmat. Baba keeps saying, Bache Shrimat mein don't mix manmat, don't mix janmat. That's surrender buddhi. So we have to think and we have to reflect. Which stage am I mostly in? Am I mostly in the stage of acceptance, in the stage of faith, in the stage of loyalty, in the stage of commitment, in the stage of love, or in the stage of surrender? Any questions from anyone? Any clarification?
How do
Yes.
one distinguish between I being in the stage of love and I being in the stage of surrender? On the face
Saying
of it,
how do
looks
you
the same.
differentiate between the stage of love and surrender?
Yeah. Because unless you don't be in the stage of love, you cannot reach the stage of surrender. And
Yes.
to be in the stage of surrender, love is the prerequisite.
Yes. Yes, Raki sister. That's why all these stages lead us to surrender. In surrender, you need love. In surrender, you need a commitment. In surrender, you need faith. Without these things, you cannot surrender. So love is also needed. If I don't love Baba, how will I surrender to him? Right? But still, there's a difference between love and surrender. In love, you cannot stay without the other one. In surrender, you don't exist. Baba, wherever you keep me, I am happy. In love, your ultimate goal is to be along with the other. For example, the souls who used to love Baba a lot, when Baba became Avyakt in 69, many of those souls could not continue in Gyan because they were in love with Sakar Baba. They were in love with Shiv Baba in that corporeal form. Things change, okay? Times change. Today, Baba doesn't even come in Avyakt. If we would not have been surrendered, we would not have been able to accept that change. That's my journey.
Quite deep thoughts,
Anything
Ma'am. Very
else?
powerful.
Yes, I think it's very deep and we need to reflect on it, all of us. What stage am I mostly on? These are stages to that ultimate stage. And we also know that when I'm completely surrendered, that's when I'm karmatit. Because my karma, my karma bandhan, my bondages will continue to pull me down. But my target is that. And I need to be on that path. It's a path. Hear me? Om Shanti, you're able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sister.
Okay, I think I lost you. So I was saying that this is a path to surrender. That's why all of us, none of us are surrendered Buddhi. We should not call ourselves surrendered Buddhi. We are all on that path. The task that we need to make sure and the attention that we need to keep is that we are progressing day by day in every way. I am becoming better and better and better and better. So the knowledge of these stages is very, very important. Okay?
Yes, Om Bhai, you raised your hand.
Shanti sister, a very good journey on these basic, these stages to reach a stage of surrender. I got these thoughts that the surrender is the ultimate form where the soul is like child to God. जो बालक so Malik wala stage, there
Yes.
automatically the teachings of father, teacher, and Sadguru automatically get imbibed as a versa in the child. I think the
Yes.
child represents the father-child relationship, represents that the child to be in a complete surrender stage where child does not have to do any effort, just take birth in the family, and then you are the you are the Varseka Adhikari. That intoxication that I am child of God, a complete surrender to my father because they are capable and I just have to follow him. That's all. Om Shanti.
Very true. Very correct. Om Bhai. Any other thoughts?
Yes, I just want to ask whether surrender and courage goes hand to hand.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Without courage, we cannot surrender, Rami sister. That's what I feel. To surrender to anyone or anything, it takes a lot of courage.
Okay.
It'll take all those 8 powers and the subtle powers together to become surrender. We have to have tolerance. We have to have power to discern. All the powers and courage will be needed to become a surrendered intellect.
Sister, in one Murli, just recently, one Murli, I was really, this touched me what Baba said, that Baba was mentioning about the basically the wife is of the husband. So we are Sajini and Sajan ka 50%, we are half partner. But soon after that line, Baba said कि बच्चा तो पूरे वर्षे का अधिकारी होता है 100%. So here this gives a very clear picture on
Love and surrender.
the surrender and the love and surrender. Yeah,
Love and
love
surrender.
will give you 50% because it is reciprocative. Yeah, and here you have a Varseka Pura 100% Varseka Adhikari, a child. Child also loves
Yes.
father. It doesn't mean that child doesn't love, but child is in a next stage where it is 100% attainments. 100%. Om
Yes.
Shanti.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Mumbai. See, surrender is much more subtle and much more, you need to be much more clean intellect than love. Simple, innocent intellect.
Yeah, innocent. बालक बच्चे बने रहो तो बच्चे रहेंगे और पूरे मालिक बनेंगे. बच्चे बालक सो मालिक.
Absolutely. Very true. Thanks for sharing.
Yes, Kalpesh bhai.
Om Shanti sister, and thank you very much for this night's journey. And I want to say that I was first acceptance. Yes, I accepted when the clear intellect to when we have the clear intellect, so we can find out the where it is, where in this path of this. Suppose we are acceptance, and then the faith, devotion, loyalty, commitment, love, then after surrender. So I found that I am in the commitment stage that I almost got in this. Om Shanti.
Yeah.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Kalpesh bhai. See, you will realize when you are in commitment stage, effort making, you find it a little difficult.
Yes.
You know, so because you're fulfilling that commitment to Baba, that you need to get up at 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. You need to read the Murli. You need to go to the Avyakt Murli club. You've committed to that also. So you are fulfilling all the commitments, right?
Yes.
So effort making becomes tiring.
Yes, and this after yes, commitment level, and we are giving also commitment to, and we are completing that commitment to loves all Law is automatically increasing our law. Yes.
Yes.
Om Shanti, sister. It was beautiful, but what you have made is, for me, I feel surrendering is a journey. It's not jhatku surrender. I just cannot throw my arms up, kneel down and say, oh, Baba, okay, here I am, I've surrendered. You made us realize there are so many, whether it's acceptance or faith or loyalty or commitments, there are so many things I have to check on the journey. I can also, if you just see, I'm still on the journey. The day I've totally surrendered, I think I'll fly. I'll be on that stage which Baba says complete. But still, my strings are here and strings are there. But I keep going. I just keep going. My destination is there. I can see. And all these points, what you have said is surrendering to God. Because if it's towards any human being, we will bring about ethics in it. But the surrendering to the ultimate, my aim. So for me, surrendering here, according to what you have said, is a journey, is a path. It'll go on. Om Shanti.
Yes, absolutely true, Girija sister. It's a journey. That's why Baba keeps using the word Yad Ki Yatra, the journey of remembrance. It's not Jhatku. Jhatku is only the understanding. The acceptance can be Jhatku, but surrender cannot be Jhatku. It has to be a culmination of all these stages together to become a surrendered soul. Okay, great. So I think we will move on. Do we want to do the quiz? There is a quiz, but if we don't have time, I can
We
send
will
it
do that.
across to Raki sister, and we can have a a quiz that can be sent by others, and we'll share the marks that we can do. Maybe today by end of day, we all can share our answers without cheating.
So here's what will be my thought. Are we all okay to extend another 10 minutes to have this quiz done? We can just raise our hands and see if that works. So Shwani sister, let's run the quiz.
Okay, great. Then I'm sharing my screen once more. Yeah, it's not a very difficult one that I've prepared. Very quick, we can close it. In case you've just even read the Murlis of last week. Okay. So the first question that we have is, Baba says that perfection can be achieved through the awareness of Bindu and Sindhu, the point and the ocean. It is the introduction of whom? The ocean refers to whom and point refers to whom?
Om Shanti. The point refers to the Atma and ocean refers to Paramatma, Shiva.
Very true. Very true. Correct. Point refers to the children and ocean refers to the father. Which alaukic drill did Baba refer to, which he compared with Laukic drills that keep the body healthy and powerful? Baba said, according to how much you practice this alaukic drill of the intellect, to that extent you will attain the aim of becoming what you want. Which drill is Baba talking of? Raki sister?
Coming in the body and going off the body. So
Yes, coming into the body, going out of the body. When the drill master tells you to become incorporeal from corporeal in 1 second, it's not just coming and going, it is doing that in 1 second. That will make us powerful. You want to add something, Raki sister?
no sister.
Okay, we'll move on in the interest of time. Baba insists on this power to help us when we go outside to do tasks and have to come in contact and relationship with the devilish community. This power helps us become victorious. Which power is Baba talking about?
Discrimination power.
Yes, the
Power
power of discrimination. Very good. I think Raki sister, all of these are very good students. What is the method of making the power of discrimination powerful? Yes, we need power of discrimination. How can we make it more powerful? Baba said this in the Murlis.
Avyakt Sthiti and remembrance of soul consciousness.
Avyakt Sthiti and remembrance of soul consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remembrance of one.
Yeah. See, Baba said only those who do not have a lot of waste thoughts are able to discriminate anyone who comes in front of you. Baba said, I need a clean intent, clean intellect, actually, cleanliness of intellect to be able to discriminate. Otherwise, you won't be able to discriminate. When we have a lot of waste thoughts and our manmat is mixed, we won't be able to discriminate. So, clean buddhi, clean intellect. According to Baba, what is the sign of a courageous child? Anyone? No? Okay. Baba said, a courageous child will never be defeated. He will always be victorious. So to become victorious, we need to be courageous. What is that one weakness or the lack of power that Baba mentioned, which comes in our way of becoming victorious? This Murli needs revision. Baba said, this, when we lack this thing, it comes in our way of becoming victorious in one of the Murlis, and that was lack of controlling power. When we have lack of controlling power, we get defeated time and again from Maya. Okay. Yeah, there's an explanation also, which I can share the PPT later. We need to become dash in order to gain control over our intellect. What do we need to become? Give me your thoughts. Let's see if they match with what Baba said in the Murli.
We need to become soul conscious.
Okay, we need to become soul conscious. Anyone else? Baba used the word light. Baba says when we are heavy, we are being pulled in all directions. It is very difficult to take control of intellect. Only when we will be light will we be able to take control. We have to, yes, it is also soul conscious in one way, but Baba said light, the soul, the point. So when you have to control yourself, stabilize yourself in the point form. This was Bindu and Sindhu. That's it. So these are the 7 questions. I think there's one more that I have. No, I think that's it. 7 questions that I could make. But good, I think, good discussion. I'll stop sharing. But we need to probably revise our Murlis once more every day when we read them. We need to be revising our Murlis even after the revision or churning that is done. The main points. Okay. So Rakhi sister, do we have 2 minutes for meditation?
Yes, sister.
Okay, so we'll just stay in silence for 2 minutes. And I'm not giving a commentary, just reflect on those stages and the path to surrender and internalize for yourself and create an action plan on what we need to do to progress on this path quickly. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Shivani Ben. It was an insightful session. Thank you, all of you, and see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, a happy Sunday to all of you.
Thank you.